Yo, what's up, everybody? Check in with your boy. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in between emails, I like to download what's going on during the day. And so I had a conversation. Y'all know me, I like to talk. And so this video is about that conversation. And strictly what I'm going to talk about here is thinking through the idea of perks at a job or being the person who bounces from job to job strictly for the pursuit of more money. This is a very important hot topic, right? Because if you're somebody like me, an elder millennial, 40 plus, loyalty was once a big thing. Tenure at a job was once a big thing, right? But now you hear some of these people, these new age employees, and they're very excited about the idea of the free lunch or the dentist in office or the laundry getting done at the office or the unlimited PTO or the flex schedule. All of these golden handcuffs is what I like to call them. Um, but are they real and are they worth staying? You know what I'm saying? So I think you got to have an honest conversation with yourself. You got to decide, am I really using these golden handcuffs to its full capacity? Let me quantify it. Let me actually think through this. So if you get a lunch every day, depending on what city you're in, depending on how much it costs for you to buy lunch out, depending on your diet and regimen and how much time and prep and all these things your food would cost at home, maybe the free lunch is worth it to you. Maybe the $5 to $10 a day, 250 days a week, that's like two to 3 grand, right? Maybe that's worth it to you. Or, or, or you could just get your ass another job that pays 10 grand more after taxes. You have 5 grand. Spend that money, spend 3 grand on the the food, and then you have two. But see, that's the hard part. A lot of people really don't know how much more it takes to leave to replace the perk, because you're talking about a non-taxed or after-tax perk or absent of tax perk. You really got to think about these things, right? Some people get free healthcare. Free healthcare, great. All right. So how much is that worth? How much would you need to get where after taxes or before taxes, depending on if you're doing the FSA and all that stuff, I know. How much is this perk really worth out in the marketplace? Because a lot of us aren't choosing these perks that are that expensive. You know what I'm saying? We're just paying a loyalty tax or a flexibility tax. The idea that you can sit on your couch, watch Maury Provich at lunch, or watch Netflix while you work at home, or have vacation whenever you want to, whatever the case is. You're thinking that that is worth it, the time. But what are you really doing with that time? And what if you didn't have that time? What would you do with the time you have left? I'd argue that you probably do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote down something. I can't find it because I was doing my work. But here's the here's the thing about these golden handcuffs and this loyalty tax that we keep paying. All this stuff is mental. So you really got to just straight up get inside of your head and do some reprogramming. I don't know if you can unlearn everything that you've learned, but you can definitely reprogram that shit in your head, man. Um, and you know what I'm saying? Some people like the idea of where they stay, where they get to work. Like that logo is real. Some people that what's it, Fang? Some people like saying I work at Facebook, Apple. What's the other A? Is it A or is it Netflix? Apple something, Netflix, Google. Whatever Fang is. People really get into this. They freak out about working for what is it? The top four accounting firms or the big four. People love being at a certain level or a certain company. And so that's another thing, like the classism of companies within the employment of industries. People geek out on that too. But here's the thing, you got to be real about it. You know what I'm saying? If you still doing the dance on vacations, like you got all the free time in the world, great. But then when it comes to vacation, you're like, dang, I wish I had more points, or dang, can I go on this off day when it's like 10 times cheaper? Or you're really tripping out on how much the flight costs, and now you're mad and you mad at the airline like they did something to you because you decided to go to their website and buy a flight, you really got to look at you probably need more money. You probably need more money. You know what I'm saying? And so I want people to start looking at the way they live their life and the way they want to live their life in it as opposed to the way they're surviving life. Because a lot of people just scoop in and out here. And if you're looking for meals and deals, wheels and deals all the time, you probably just need to make more money, especially if you're working really hard. If you're working really hard, you might just need to take your skill set, your job, and work at a different company. Sometimes there's smaller companies that aren't as sexy to us that pay more. Sometimes there's bigger companies that may require more of us, but that more may not be that much. You're already putting in 40 hours sitting on Zoom calls. Maybe they require 45. The 5 hours, when you think about it, may not be that much more when you think about all the pay that you're going to get or the windfall of income you're going to have. So here's my thing you got to think about. Are you willing to jump ship for more money over and over and over again? Because it used to be frowned upon. Now, not so much. All the statistics are out there about having to leave these jobs early and often. But for some reason, people get coaxed into sitting around. What is your thought on that? Are you comfortable getting uncomfortable? Because it does suck. Let me tell you, as someone who thought they were going to be at a company forever, I thought I was going to be at UPS forever. Like UPS, they used to laugh, but you damn near had to kill somebody in BD to do something wrong and get fired at UPS, right? You had to steal from UPS to get fired by UPS. Other than that, it was pretty much straight. But then since then, I've had multiple jobs, and it does suck being the new person and learning more, and et cetera, et cetera. And here's another thing that I hear from a lot of my counterparts. When you're always the new person, yes, you're getting promoted or you're getting more money. But here's the thing people my age quietly don't say out loud that they don't like. And that's the idea of working for somebody younger than them. Because as we continue to leave, whoever stays around is going to get promoted. Like somebody got to fill that in. So now you late 30s or 40s working for somebody late 20s, early 30s probably kind of sucks, but you're only here for more money. Here's the thing, even when you're making more than them, because a lot of times you get in situations where nobody on that team knows that you're getting more than them. They brought you in for your expertise, but you mad that he your manager or your director or your VP, but it's like, bro, ma'am, chill. You here for the pay. Could you be that person? Right? I'd argue most people, if they stepped out and just got a taste of having more money, they would probably continue down that path of being the person that leaves often. But the school system, the college system has done a really good job. Corporate America has made it really sexy to stay still. So I do want to ask you, what would it take for you to become the person that consistently leaves jobs for more money? Do you have that in you? Think about it, leave a comment, get back to me. And if you've done it, get back to me. That's my dramatic exit. Peace.